impulsive mind and spiritual practice. Or you can say impulsive mind and peace and happiness. You can also say the impulsive mind and harmony and love within. Can current state of the mind, which is impulsive, awaken to the real self? If not, why not purify the mind? Why not purify the mind? We have been impulsive every day. The moment you are impulsive, you get hurt inside, you hurt others, and you feel upset, you have a bad morning, you have a sadness, and the last but not the least, you have a wandering mind. It is because of the impulsive nature. So the impulsive mind, you can say. So that is why we have 6 conventional methods for purification. We are slowly moving to the best method of purification. But if I don't follow these conventional methods of purification every day, at least it hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes. Yajna, contribute, and being grateful. Second one is the charity at the mental and the emotional level. Then the third is the self-discipline and the endurance. Fourth is we have been doing the japa. So if we do not follow these conventional methods of purification, and I want to purify my mind by the best method, once I explain the best method, you will say it is so simple. And yet it is the most difficult. So let us come back to the topic of impulsive mind. Impulsive mind. Nature forces us to the basic activities. What is impulsive mind? We were born and we started crying. Crying, I don't know, I'm not conscious. But the nature has programmed crying means food, or crying means changing the bed. I wet the bed. I don't have a sense. I don't know, and I get upset over you. And then I rationalize I have 5 reasons to be upset. Give me 3 benefits of getting upset. So ultimately, it is an impulsive mind. If you get benefit, if you get into peace by getting upset over someone, then get upset. So it is an irrational movement of the mind. That is what the impulsive mind is. And it is the impulsive mind that makes me crazy, lazy, reactive, fighting, and long list. What should I do? I am a human being. Can I recognize these forces of nature? Yes. Cows cannot recognize. Lion cannot recognize. Ant cannot recognize. We can recognize. If I'm saying anything, interrupt me in between and you tell me that I'm saying something wrong. And if I'm saying something right, then follow it. Then follow it. Understanding. So we have to, first step is to recognize that forces of the nature that expresses itself through my mind, and the mind expresses through the thought, feeling, speaking, action. It's a nature's programming, the root of impulsivity. You might have seen the Discovery Channel. Yes, salmon fish instinctively, again impulsively, I can add, impulsively swimming upstream to hatch, facing numerous obstacles without questioning its purpose. Have you seen that salmon fish goes upstream? It is impulsive nature. Why to do such a hard work to hatch? So, I'm simply making a statement to, to explain the fact. But instinct. I don't question my purpose. Salman doesn't question its purpose. Why? Because I don't have an intellect. I don't have a choice. Now, comparing the same, when I was a newborn baby crying when hungry, acting on pure instinct without a conscious thought. I was not conscious when I was a newborn baby. So but I am acting. So that is the impulsive nature. Think. The impulsive mind, forget about it. Any kind of a spiritual practice, no possibility. Yes, Sophie.
So when does the consciousness develop?
Consciousness is already there while crying, because I cannot cry without consciousness. But that consciousness is below the conscious level. That is why we say it is unconscious. That is why I say that as a newborn baby, I'm unconscious. Consciousness is already there.
So does it start at what point does it start?
Yeah, in the womb of the mother. First, our parents prepares for the physical body with the semen and that. And the subtle body is already there. Subtle body is already there. You see the 9/11 Twin Towers collapsed. But can't you figure out the subtle image of that Twin Tower? Who have seen it? Answer is yes. So that subtle body means the mind with all its impressions are already there. So it enters with the consciousness in the womb of the mother, and then we are born as a conscious entity. But when I'm born as a conscious entity, I'm still unconscious. So that is why I cry. So nature programs both animals and the humans with the instinct and impulses to ensure survival. It ensures survival, so it is important. So these impulses are automatic, unquestioned in the animal kingdom. But as a human being, why you are upset? Why you are into anxiety? I didn't say you anything. Do you see that? But those who do not question, they continue to suffer, and then they say, I am a person who is suffering since the childhood. You were unconscious in childhood. So they want to earn sympathy. That is another impulsive nature that we will talk sometime later. Now the second part is who understand the human predicament. When natural impulses meets the human consciousness, there is a struggle. A dog. Here an example of a dog or a pet. A dog immediately eating any food it finds regardless of whether it is hungry or not. Are we also animals? A person feeling an urge to check social media constantly, even when they are trying to focus on the work. I'm comparing the dog with our human mind. Uh, my social media has become more important than anything else in the world. So while both animals and the humans are subject to natural impulses, both are subjective. Human self-awareness creates a unique conflict. I am self-aware. I'm listening to you, and my phone buzzed. Now there is a struggle. Should I continue to listen or should I check my social media? That conflict is not there in the animals. So these impulses, when unchecked, when you don't check it, addiction, habit. I'm talking of teachings of the Eastern wisdom. I don't know anything. I simply understand it. That is why I spent 26 years with my master. So you see that now there is a conflict. Then I recognize there is a conflict and I am not a seeker, I am a non-seeker. So I will become addicted to it. I fall into the trap of unexamined impulses. It's only a matter of I don't examine my impulses. My mind is dictating the intellect. The intellect has also become the impulsive. Now, if you ask a binge eater why you are eating, I feel an urge. He behaves or she behaves like an animal. And later on, after eating, I recognize that I should not have done it. So then the mind loses its impulsive over the intellect. I should not have done it. But then again, unexamination of my impulsive nature causes lot of challenges in my life. It results into anxiety, reaction, stress, suffering, relationship issues, lot of host of other problems. Are you understanding? Say yes, even if you don't. No problem at all. A squirrel. Take another animal. Squirrel holding more nuts than it needs, driven by the instinct rather than the actual necessity. The squirrel, it continues to hold the nuts. It takes it's into the cave. And because by impulsive nature, it knows during the winter I can survive with these. But he is not, squirrel is not conscious. Exactly the same way as a person who habitually overeats, thinking, now I think I can't help it. I just love food too much to control myself. I love food too much to control myself. So that becomes a binge eating. That becomes an obsession. That becomes a habit. That becomes an addiction. And that is the problem. More people die of overeating than undereating. Do you know? Read the report of World Health Organization. calculate how many people die of diabetes or heart attack or other, which one part is the food. You will calculate the number. Impulsive mind cannot transform themselves, cannot enter into this. They can say as a fashion statement, I'm a spiritual guy, I'm not a religious. It's a fashion statement now. We can say that. But unless we understand this impulsive nature, ah, there is no spirituality in it. So I unexamine. That is one aspect. Now I examine. So the moment I start examination means I move from non-thinking to a thinking. What is non-thinking? I just can't help. I just love food too much to control myself. No, this is non-thinking. Even it is a thought, but it is a non-thinking. As if you say, I feel like insulting you. What the heck? I don't want to talk to you. Get lost. Some people have those feelings. They always try to overpower. They don't say it, but they have it. So it is a non-thinking approach. It is an impulsive approach. But remember, in human species, they have a thought, but that thought is impulsive thought. Why? Because the impulsive mind has dictated over the intellect. It does not have any other thought except to eat, because I love food, because I love to criticize you, just for the sake. Are you also doing in your family? Be alert. Be aware of that. Don't do that. Now, seeker's approach. Challenging. I have to challenge my impulses with my intellect. I have to challenge inside. I have not to challenge outside. How to challenge outside? You don't listen to me. Listen to yourself. So I have to challenge my impulses with my intellect. I told you, intellect means knowledge, it means understanding. A trained dog resisting the urge to eat food. Again, take an example of the same dog. A trained dog, he resists the urge to eat food on the ground because it has learned to wait for its command from the master. Yes, it is possible. Now, a seeker who practices meditation regularly, he notices an urge to react. He pauses to examine the impulse. The reaction changes to response. Did you understand? So if the reaction has not been changing to response, then we are still a non-seeker. We are still a non-seeker. Now another problem comes. Another problem which makes me totally unconscious, habitual, impulsive. I don't understand that there is anything beyond the impulsive nature. So that non-understanding is caused by the ego. Have you seen many people say, I can't help myself, I get upset, I react, I'm sorry, and then I react again. That's a terrible problem. Many people say, oh, no, I can't help. Okay, I will put you in the cage of a tiger and then become angry. Let me see whether you do it or not. Then you become conscious. Then your impulsive nature leaves your intellect, and now intellect says how to save myself. That I cannot think in my human relationship. So think. Intellect says our entire Eastern wisdom is based on, can I switch on the way I think, the way I speak, and the way I act in my personal life, in my professional life, in my social life. And that will make your mind very calm. You need not to, your mind is not going to wander. So now the last point I could say, that we normally, if we are not a seeker, we act impulsively, but that impulsive has been taken over by the ego self, the false I. And that's a serious problem. No, I'm born like this, my DNA is to be angry. Really? What the DNA has to do with anger? A peacock, I'm giving a lot of examples. A peacock displaying its feathers, acting on the impulse to attract the mate. But that is without any ego attachment, because they don't have any intellect, so you cannot say he is doing out of the ego. But we always do out of the ego to attract people. Look at how beautiful, handsome I am, how rich I am. And long list. Long list. No, I've been doing meditation for the last 20 years, and the next moment you get angry. That is your ego. Then you get upset. So your meditation excludes your anger and upset. That is your ego. A person buying an expensive car they can't afford, justifying it as a necessary status symbol for their job. I know that lady helped me and supported me too much in New Jersey. She lived in Edison. I think she used to say she had the highest model of 450 or 550 SUV of Mercedes. You know, my guru, that, I need that. It is a necessity because of my business. I said yes. So I boosted her ego, that I said, you look more beautiful when you sit in this car. What should I say? Why should I fight? So what should we do? I should cultivate awareness and the choice, and that will take me to a deeper meditation. That choice is absent with animals. That choice is present with me. So when I follow my ego, there is no choice. When I follow the impulsive nature, that there is no choice, let me sit down, become aware of the thought and feeling and emotions, and see, is there a choice? Can I move in a different direction? Instead of a reaction, can I give response? Instead of a binge intake, can I resist? Can I have an endurance? So when I see the endurance will definitely play a big role in my addiction, obviously let me do that. And when we do that, that is what the Eastern wisdom says. I have to be aware. How I have to be? Any thought that is coming to my mind, let me become aware. One thought has come and gone. Second thought has come and gone. Fourth thought has come and gone. Now there is no I attached to that mind. Mind is still wandering, but I is not attached, so I don't have a wandering mind. Are you thinking? I don't have wandering mind. Third, come and go. You have a free pass. I'm not chasing it. Thoughts are still there. Feeling is still there. So what is going to happen after a few minutes? Mind will say, now impulsive mind will say, no, no chance. And it will drop all the thoughts. Your wandering mind stops. So the impulsive mind, forget about the spirituality. Fashion, we can make a fashion statement, yes. I am a spiritual, not a religious person. As if we have done some favor to the God. That will not work. And that is not working. Did you find any change in their habit and behavior? Well, one group of persons says I'm a spiritual guy, other group of the person says I'm a religious guy. There is hardly any. So that is nothing to do with being a spiritual. Unless I cultivate my awareness and a choice, I get rid of that impulsive mind, I shed that false ego gradually. It takes time. Then I can reach to that state. So you have understood, close your eyes. Eyes are closed, and that is why sex conventional practice the place. Find out the beautiful place and become aware of the space all around your body. That is an indication of a place, the position of the body. Position that you find there is no unease in any part of the body, and you don't feel any sensation which makes the mind impulsive. That is one way to see it. If the mind is constantly nagging you to a particular sensation in particular part of the body, you have to realign and adjust and tell the mind, now everything is okay. You need not to disturb me. So you enter into the position and the posture. So as such, I would say there is no stress or struggle. That struggle comes from the impulsive nature of the mind. Now being comfortable. So how you become comfortable moving the mind on the entire body, on the joints. You look at the neck joint, look inside, experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Look inside the shoulder joints. So what we are doing, you see, we are not fighting with the impulsive mind. We are simply saying the mind through the intellect, why don't you look inside? Look inside means you have changed the direction. Which direction mind was moving? A world outside. Only then it becomes impulsive. Now it is looking inside the shoulder joints. So you see, change of direction changes the state. If you do it consciously, but if you are doing it unconsciously, habitually, then your mind is running on the wandering nature. and then look inside the hip joint, the entire body. Experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Let us do being carefree, I told you. And the easiest way to look inside the forehead in the space. You look inside the forehead in the space. Yes. And on that space, the thought, feeling, and emotions, they jump, they come and go, they stay. Let them do anything, like the traffic on the highway. No traffic continues to stick on the highway. They have come to go. So your intellect says, oh, the thought has come. Oh, you have to go. You have come to go. If you are living with that awareness now, you are carefree. Then you don't have a wandering mind. But mind is still wandering. Why? How it is possible? I-ness is not attached to the mind. How? Why? Because of awareness. Many thoughts, in between there is an awareness, and on the other side there is a space. So that makes you carefree. Will it happen on a day? No. You need to do the practice again and again and again. Whenever you recognize the wandering mind, you do it. When you recognize the anxious mind, you do it. And then we say, 3 bodies. So we are introducing a concept, a principle, the physical body, sense organs, sensation there. It's very easy for us to be aware of the physical body, 5 senses and 5 motor organs. Just move your mind. So this is the first layer, outermost. Second layer is the subtle body. What is the subtle body? It contains the mind, intellect, ego, and the memory. That memory triggers in the form of a wandering mind. So we also have an intellect. But from where these thought, feeling, and emotions enters into the subtle body? From the causal body. That causal body is the ignorance. And what is beyond the causal body? That is the real self. That is what we say in our So we have done the first stage, and now the second stage we will purify the mind. Means that impulsive nature, we shake off the impulsive nature. So how you do it? You look inside the forehead in the space. Body is already steady, and in that space you drop mentally Shantoham, Shantoham, with a pause, Shantoham, Shantoham. It's a mental. So 2 things are done: the steadiness in the body, the space is there. Second, third is dropping the Shantoham at a regular interval, and then you start inhaling into the chest. Inhale into the chest, expand it, and exhale from the chest. Pay attention. You expand your rib cage. Find out, you need not to worry even if you have any issues, so it will help you. So you expand the rib cage during inhalation and experience the ribs go far from one another. And when you breathe out, you squeeze the rib cage. Continue. Continue. Long hissing breath. It is not the fast breath this time. You are doing a long in the hissing breath. Now we have to tackle this impulsive mind. How to tackle that? The mind will say, no, I cannot do it for a longer period. Stop for a while, let your intellect say, I will endure it and I will do it, and start again. That is the impulsive mind. If the tiger is chasing you, then you cannot say, I cannot do it. We are hardly doing for a few minutes. Long in the hissing breath, the equal speed of inhalation and exhalation. Continue, continue, continue. Long. Hissing means you expand your rib cage. You find all the ribs have a big gap between them. While inhalation, you should experience that. And you squeeze your rib cage. It is going to help your heart, your mind, your brain, your body. Continue. Continue. Do not stop, but if the mind likes to stop, say in your intellect, I will have to endure it. I will continue to do it. That endurance raises your capacity. It will be raised after a few weeks? No, from today itself. Why and how, I will explain it later. Now we will stop this. Pay attention to the flow of the breath now. You are watching the flow of the breath. You do not change it. And you are in the state of the stillness. I know you are undergoing variety of experiences of vision, colors, tingling, numbness. That is okay. So we will become more aware of that. That will be a sign of the change. You look at the head and the neck. Who is looking? The mind. That looking means what? I'm cultivating awareness. And experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Relaxation and stillness may be the same, but sensation may vary. Maybe tingling, maybe numbness, maybe heaviness, maybe lightness. It's okay. Look at the right arm. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm. So it means your mind moves from the shoulder to the fingertips of the left arm, and you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Or be aware of the middle portion of the body. It is the same thing whether I say move your mind on the middle portion of the body from the shoulder down to the ribs and belly and to the spine, shoulder blades, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Your mind still have lot of thoughts. Why don't you pay attention to your experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness? Let the thought come and go. The mind now goes to the right leg, from the right side of the waist to the toes. Very good. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I told you, sensation may be a variety. It may be tingling, it may be numbness, it may be heaviness, it may be lightness. So just experience that, that is all. And now move the mind on the left leg, from the left side of the waist to the buttocks, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole, toes, the entire left leg, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You know, no animal can practice meditation, you see. The intellect can cultivate an awareness and a choice. So when I cultivate an awareness, in that awareness I see a choice. And then it becomes very easy for me to drop the impulsive nature. What happens? I develop the self-awareness. I raise it. So when you raise the self-awareness to a particular level, that is the beginning of a meditation. So it's this self-awareness is towards the real self. So now look at the breath in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So when you're looking at the breath is moving on its own. You need not to even change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. But one thing that is common every time the breath goes in or comes out, you feel the sensation. And that is the point again, we cultivate awareness. The moment you feel the sensation of the breath going in, you remind your mind and you drop Shanto Hum, means I am the peace, because the peace is like the space. So just become aware of the infinite space while saying Shanto Hum. And when you feel the breath coming out, you drop Shanto Hum, and that Shanto Hum drops your mind into the infinite space. Why? The peace is like the infinite space. It is meaning the peace, the image of the peace, our master says, it is a good space. You can say, yes, thoughts are there, but you are absorbed in driving. Shanto Ham. Let the thought be there. Then what? Stillness, relaxation, sensation continues in the body You are aware of the flow of the breath, you feel the sensation, you are dropping shanto hum with every feeling of the breath going in and out and allowing the mind to drop into the space. Why? You said shanto hum. Sometimes people say, I forget shanto hum, and still I'm doing habitually. So sometimes the impulsive nature takes this mantra very deeper unconscious habitual state. But we have a way to get out of it. My job is done. Now it's your job. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Sophie?
I'm very good, Girish. Thank you. I didn't fall asleep.
Very good.
I was aware all the time, and yeah, there was a lot of sensation after that breathing. Yeah.
That's very good. Sleep is also the impulsive. So we get rid of it. So the knowledge plays an important role. When we understand it and the intellect settles into that knowledge, and when we do the practice, there is always a good result. And how are you?
Okay, I feel quiet and peaceful. So I had a lot of things going on.
And
but I could leave it aside.
yeah, yeah. That is the way. That is in the beginning, that is the way. And it becomes so deep that whatever is happening outside is not influencing your mind. In the morning, I was telling someone that this tree is ugly, I say. No, I don't want to say about any person. Now, who says this? Is the tree says that I am ugly, see me? Or it is my mind? So I'm influenced by my own impression. That we should not do. How are you, Charlie?
Good. I feel relaxed, and I was aware during the meditation.
Very good.
I like what you said tonight about your thoughts. Hello, you've come to go.
Yes, you have to come to
I like that.
So who says this? It is intellect. Can the impulsive mind say it? No, it says this is it.
Right.
That's a difference. So once we understand the difference, we cultivate our awareness. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish. I'm fine. I have less monkey mind this week than in previous weeks. Nothing going on outside. Fire station very quiet, so it's fine.
Did I ever say that you focus on the monkey mind? I don't say. Don't focus on the monkey mind. So when my mind continues to focus on it, that awareness has to be shifted. And once that awareness is shifted, we are free. How are you, Mead?
Well, sometimes I feel a moment of fear, and I don't know what that is exactly or how to.
Yeah. That is why Eastern wisdom says always study and practice with the teacher until we reach to a higher stage. So what is happening? One reason might be, there are many reasons, but major reason is that we feel is a sense of bodilessness. And because of the strong identification with the body, the mind brings that fear. Oh, where I am. What is happening to me? So we need not to worry. We need not to worry when there's a fear. Oh, fear, it is a thought and a feeling in the mind. Okay, it has come, it will go.
Thank you.
That is all for today. Thank you very much. We will
Thank you.
meet again.